All right. So Genesis 27. Genesis 27 and verse 1 says, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his eldest son, and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, behold, here I am. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. Venison always, what is it, like deer or something like that?
Con is
Con.
deer meat.
Yeah, meat, provision, venison, victuals. Yeah. Yeah. Because it, you know what I mean? Like, and I always forget like what it is because it says that he loved Esau because Esau, yeah, like it had to do with the venison and stuff like that.
Yeah, he
So
was a mighty hunter, right?
yeah, yep.
Hunter.
So, he loved Esau, which seems crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess he doesn't know the Most High's plan and all this. So it
And
is what
then
it is.
wasn't it given to his wife and not to him about his
Uh
sons?
yeah, yeah, to Rebecca. Like she know, and that's why I like the titles on here, like Jacob's deception, the stolen blessing, because once you actually see the story about it, it's not stolen. It was meant for him.
And he gave it to him for some
Right,
half cooked soup.
right. So yeah, because he finna die. Like cut the
I'm
game.
gonna die.
Yeah. So you got multiple things in this story. He gave up his birthright. Rebecca knows what's gonna happen, or she knows what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So it's not stolen. It's outlined for it to be like that. The only one that didn't know was Isaac. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Verse 4. And make me savory meat such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat it, that my soul may bless thee before I die. That my soul may bless thee before I die. Because usually the birthrights go to the oldest son, right? The firstborn.
uh,
But when it came to certain circumstances, it wasn't for the firstborn. You know what I
Cause
mean?
isn't that the same way with him instead of Ishmael?
Right. Same thing with him because it wasn't, you know, uh, you would think it like Muslims think that. I've heard a lot of Muslims say that it should have went to Ishmael. But the plan was for Isaac. The plan was the seed of Abraham and Sarah, not the seed of Abraham
Mhm.
and
And
Hagar.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So then it doesn't go to him. Because fact of the matter is, when it comes, if that's the plan for Abraham and Sarah, then the firstborn is Isaac. You know what I mean?
son.
So it's laid out a certain way. Like I said before, it's always someone picked. You know what I'm saying? It's always someone picked. Even like I was reading this morning at work, just kind of counting Abraham's sons. You know what I'm saying? So even out of 8 sons, remember the Most High calls Isaac his son. He doesn't refer to his other sons as his son. And then even if you read about that, it says that he sent away all the children from his concubines. So just like Hagar and Ishmael got sent away, all of Keturah's kids got sent away too. You see what I'm saying? So he gave them gifts and then he sent them away. And then he gave Isaac all the rest that he had, everything that he had, because the line goes through Isaac. You see? Let's see. Verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore come, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loved, such as he loved. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall see him, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch them. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her youngest son. See, so like I said, it's it's meant for Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob doesn't know either. He's like, he's gonna understand, he's gonna think that I'm deceiving him. But remember, Esau gave you his birthright. You know what I'm saying? And if the Most High knows that the line is coming through you guys, you see what I'm saying? It's just certain things are gonna be done for it to happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just works out that way. Some things have to be done for the thing to happen, you know? 16. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hands of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou? My son. And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. that's that's funny because you're gonna know your kid's voice. You know what I mean? But since you can't see, you're just going off of what you feel.
He was suspicious the whole time. Cause he like How you find it so fast? Yeah. You're like, come here, let me see. So I can know if it's you. And your voice is different. He knew. Oh, he was suspicious.
Salakia. Um, yeah, he was suspicious. You know, he got the food fast. He has Jacob's voice. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But the more you read in this, like you'll see something like, all right, let's see. Verse 23. And he discerned him not because his hands were hairy and his brother Esau's, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him, right? And he said, art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven, and fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. So there's your blessing, right? Like I said, this is how you know it's not stolen too. Because even when Esau tells him, Isaac says, I already gave it to Jacob. You see what I'm saying? Like, why doesn't he take it? Right, right. Doesn't he change it? You see what I'm saying? Because it's meant to stay that way. Verse 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from his hunting. And he also made savory meat and brought it in unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these two times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So now you just told on yourself too. You know what I'm saying? You just said that Jacob took your birthright. But Jacob didn't take your birthright. You gave it.
That's what I'm gonna say. That right there clearly displayed characteristics
Of Edomites.
of Edomites because they do something and then they act like they did it.
Yeah.
I've been
Edomite.
feeling that for a long time.
They
Yeah,
reneging. They be reneging.
yeah. I can't stand that. Like, don't poke someone all day, or like, don't poke a bear and then try to be a victim when he slaps the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Esau be doing, and you could see that throughout their bloodline. They just like that and wicked and evil. You know what I'm saying? Like now you're complaining to your father, even though you sold your birthright.
You know you did.
Yeah, you sold your birthright. You know what I'm saying? So if your father doesn't know that you sold your birthright, how would Jacob come in there and be like, no, he gave it to me? All Esau would have to do is come in and say, no, I didn't. You see what I'm saying? So he has to go in this way because now by rights it's his.
Because as a parent, I would have been like, he took your birthright. How did he take your birthright? How did
Right.
that
Right.
happen?
Let's see, verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So, that goes into multiple things, right? In Hebrews chapter 12, chapter 12. Yeah. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 17. So Hebrews chapter 12, verse 17 says, for ye know how that afterward, when he have Salaki, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. You see what I'm saying? He's rejected. Because like I said, if Isaac knows that they traded places, why wouldn't he change it? You know what I'm saying? He just told Esau right there in Genesis, now you gonna serve your brother. You see what I'm saying? He just told him. So and it says, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Just said that Esau wept and stuff like that, right? Because he couldn't get none. You know what I mean? He's blessed with the sword, you know. He's blessed with the sword. And it says, what do I behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. By the sword shalt thou live and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right? What is that going into?
I guess.
Huh?
I guess.
What?
What that goes into.
Sure.
Or is connected to. Isn't that connected to like their reign, the Renaissance until now?
Not the Renaissance necessarily. It's going into the earth. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. The border of wickedness. Remember, the earth was given to the devil, right? For the devil to roam. You know what I mean? This is what is going into with Isaac telling him the fatness of the earth shall be his. You see what I'm saying? But when you keep going, it says, thou shalt serve thy brother. Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning that follows. That's what this is going into. You know what I'm saying? It's even though they're receiving their blessings, it's prophetic. You see what I'm saying? On how they're gonna be, right? Like what it is gonna be. Just like when we read about the 12 tribes in Genesis, and it and and Jacob's like, okay, Judah, you're this, Reuben, you're this, Simeon, you're this. It's a prophetic, you know what I'm saying, thing that's being written in this history. So that's what is going into with Esau. They're gonna end up serving Jacob. They might not serve him right here and there, but in the end, they're gonna serve him.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I was also talking about the part where it said, and he shall have the dominion, then his yoke shall be loosed off thy neck. That's them in rulership.
Yeah, they're in rulership. They have dominion. So that's why I said they're the border of wickedness. You see what I'm saying? The border of wickedness. The earth was given to the devil to roam, so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? They have the dominion. They're in rulership now. You see what I'm saying? They have the dominion. You know what I mean? But, and by the sword shall they live. They live like that now. You know what I'm saying? But, and thou shalt serve thy brother. See what I'm saying? So Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning that follows. People think that the end of the world is like everything blowing up and all types of stuff. No, the end of the world is when rules, I said when rule, when Esau's reign ends. You see what I'm saying? That is the end of the world because then Jacob becomes into rulership. You see what I'm saying? People view the end of the world in a whole different. Now, is there going to be destruction and all that type of stuff? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But remember in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, the world abides forever. Right, the earth. The earth abides forever. So, which means it has to do with the rulership. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
So is it safe to say that when Esau and Jacob was born, like right now we're talking about how the blessing, was given to Jacob when Esau and Jacob was born, and I don't know who was holding on to whose heel. I think Jacob was holding on to Esau's heel.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have to do with the blessing as well? Like it was, already said, it was already done without being said then when that happened, right?
Um, yeah, let me see if I can find it real fast. Because it mentions
25 and
oh
25.
I don't really want that. because it mentions it in Second Ezra, right? All right, let me see. So I want more detail, but I can't really find it. But we'll go to Second Ezra chapter 6 because it makes mention of, but I believe it goes more so into like the trading of rulership. I believe. Um, let's see. Let's go to Second Ezra 6 and 7. Second Ezra 6 and 7 says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, For from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Esdras. Other question, Esdras asked thou not. I answered then and said, O Lord, thou bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight. I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showest me part the last night. See, so the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. So I believe it's going into like the change of power because Jacob follows behind Esau and held on. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't remember how it is 100%, but I think it goes kind of into that. Swear by him that forever who created it. There are earth and things that are in the sea that I don't even know why I have that precept at all, but yeah. But yeah, I think it goes somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Because um there's a lot that I think is in you know, in different books and chapters about like it goes into like um what is it? Like their blessings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob basically Israel coming into rulership. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes into that. And I think it has to deal with him holding the heel of Esau, but I can't remember exactly. And like I said, when I was just looking at my apocrypha, that's why I was like, I don't even know why I got that precept there. So I I have to like re go over that. ah, let's see. Let's go. Genesis 27 and 41. So now we understand though that Esau is to have dominion over the earth. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, he'll serve us. You know. All right, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. You know, like it goes into like a lot of stuff. Like they hate us, right? Forever. It's a perpetual hatred, right? Remember, even when we were trying to go to the land, Edom wouldn't let us pass through their land. You see what I'm saying? We couldn't even pass through their land. So yeah, Esau hates us forever. And these words of Esau, her son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from me, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of thy daughters of Heth, of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of daughters of Heth, such as these, which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? So she's already like, yeah, Jacob can't handle daughter of the land. But we know that Jacob went on to get Rachel and Leah and, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which is his cousin, you know what I'm saying? Is his cousins. Because remember, Laban is Rebecca's brother, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, oh yeah, that was the end of the chapter. Like I said, I kind of like these titles because it kind of shows you where Christianity and stuff like that lies. You know what I'm saying? Kind of shows you like their standpoint on it. Like, oh yeah, Jacob stole the blessing. Jacob was a deceiver, a trickster, blah blah blah. This says nothing of the sort. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was that much, like I said, why wouldn't Isaac change the blessing for them? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Esau admitted it, like, oh, he took my birthright away. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, how is that? Nah, you gonna serve your brother. You gave your birthright away. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of goes into it and explains it more. And I think that people in Christianity or whatever else, just have a really don't know what they're reading, you know. So, but let me see. With that, I'll stop recording.